What's going on, my guys? Lost and Found Dating Channel, back at it again with another dating topic to share with you guys this week. I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be the first to know when we come out with new topics every week. Without further ado, let's get into this week's topic. All right, guys, so this is a topic that I think is super important when it comes to dating, just when it comes to life in general, and that is the importance of taking accountability for your dating life. Now, for me, the way in which I take accountability for my dating life is I live by the mindset and the philosophy that I'm the primary source of influence when it comes to my dating life. Now, what does that mean? Now, for me, the way in which I take accountability of my dating life is I live by the mindset and the philosophy that I'm the primary source of influence when it comes to my dating life. And I think it's super important to have that mindset when it comes to dating because it gives you a sense of agency. It gives you a sense of power when it comes to determining your own happiness as far as dating. You are the president, you are the king, the emperor, the CEO, you're whatever you want to call yourself when it comes to your dating life. That means you're in charge, that means the ball is in your court. Now, that's not to say that you can control other people's behavior and other people's actions, or that you can control who wants to date you and who doesn't. It just means that you determine your own happiness, you determine whom you decide to date, under what circumstances you date them, you determine how you treat that person, and you determine how you allow them to treat you in return. Now, for a lot of you guys out there, that mindset, it sounds very empowering, it sounds very appealing. You like the idea of, being that primary source of influence. You like the idea of being able to determine, your happiness as far as your dating life. But when it comes to that, if you prescribe to that mindset, if that's something you believe in, it doesn't just apply when things are going well as far as dating. It also applies when you're unsatisfied with dating or you're unhappy or things aren't going well as far as your dating life. If you're the president of a company, right, you have a lot of power, you have a lot of influence, you have the ability to make certain decisions. Maybe you're making certain decisions and that's causing the company to grow, to expand. You guys are gaining more clients. You guys are having success. You're hiring the right people, right? If the company is growing and it's experiencing success, you get a lot of the glory, because you're the president, you're the leader of that company. You're attributed with a lot of the success that's happened. But at the same time, if the company is stagnant, if it's not growing, if it's experiencing challenges, if the team morale is low, if you guys are losing money or mismanaging funds, if you guys are losing clients, you don't get to just take off the president title and say, I'm no longer the president. You don't get to play the blame game and point the finger to other people. Right, so if you're gonna take accountability for the holistic experience, and that is your dating life, it doesn't just mean when things are going well and things are going smoothly and you're happy and you're satisfied and your needs are being met. It also means taking accountability when you're unhappy, when your needs aren't being met, when you don't feel like the person you're dating, you're seeing is fulfilling those needs. You also have to take accountability for that part of the process and that part of your dating life as well. Now, one thing that I want to stress and want to emphasize is when I say taking accountability for something, it doesn't mean that if the scenario is someone betrayed you or someone abused your trust or someone mistreated you. When I say taking accountability, I don't mean that you blame yourself for that. I don't mean that that person does those things and you internalize it and you say, okay, it's my fault that they treated me that way. That's not what taking accountability means. I want you to understand that it's separate from finding fault. It's separate from blaming someone. What taking accountability simply means is that you're critical about situations and you look at how things transpire and you say, okay, this happened. absent of blaming this person or blaming myself, just taking the blame out of it. What is something that I could have done to influence the situation? What's something I could have done to prevent that from happening? And even if it's just looking forward, you know, it's asking yourself, what's something that I can do to prevent that situation from happening again? What's something that I can do to prevent myself from allowing someone to mistreat me or abuse my trust or betray me? What are some things that I can do to prevent the likelihood of that happening again? So I want you to understand, it's not about absolving the person of their role in the situation or taking all of the blame on yourself. It's just about being critical and looking at a scenario and saying, okay, what can I do to prevent that from happening again? Or what could I have done to prevent that person from doing that, or to make sure that those kinds of people who are going to do those things to me, who are going to betray me and mistreat me, what are some things that I can do to prevent myself from allowing them to enter my space and impact me emotionally? If you're a guy who's not getting the fulfillment and the satisfaction that he wants from dating, one approach is to just throw your hands up in the air and say, you know, it's not my fault. There's nothing I can do differently. It's all this woman's fault, or it's all women's fault in general. You know, I have no role in this situation. It's all because of someone else, or it's all because of other people. Another approach is to say, hey, what are some things that I can change about myself? What are some things I can do differently that will allow me to have more success when it comes to dating and when it comes to relationships? Sometimes when it comes to dating, people have a tendency to deflect and to blame it on other people. Maybe they blame it on the person they're currently with, or they blame it on a previous experience and someone who they used to be with, or they blame the opposite sex, you know, in general, or they blame society. And you hear people say all the time things like, the reason I haven't found anyone, or the reason why I'm single, or the reason why I'm not dating is because all men are this, or all women are this, or society is this way, and that's why I'm not able to achieve happiness when it comes to dating and relationships. When it comes to dating, you can't just have a victim mindset, and you can't just think that, you know, people are treating me this way and things just happen to me. At some point, you have to acknowledge, you know, what role you play in the situation and what role you play in the outcome of your dating life. And even myself, you know I come on here and I talk on this channel, and you know, I like to talk and think about different things in society that impact dating or impact relationships or impact interactions between men and women. But with all those things being said, I would never come to the conclusion that, you know, whatever is happening in society or the different things that are happening culturally, I would never just assume that I'm gonna allow those things to dictate the outcome of my dating life. At the end of the day, I get to determine who I spend my time with, who I invest my emotions in, who I allow to come into my life and impact me emotionally. Those are things that we have a choice over. And even if maybe we've experienced, you know, negative things, or something hasn't gone well in the past when we've made a decision to allow someone else to enter that space, you still have a choice moving forward as far as how you're gonna react to that and how you're gonna allow it to impact the future of your dating life. At the end of the day, blaming someone or something else is never an excuse to be in an unhappy dating situation or to live an unhappy and unfulfilled dating life. Like I said, guys, at the end of the day, we have the ability to choose who we date, who we're in a relationship, who we invest our time, our emotions, and our energy into. If there's something you don't like about your current dating situation or your dating life, you have to be the one to make the decision and say that I want to change it, I want to fix it, and I want to make that adjustment. You know, it's all on you. It's not on anyone else. It's not on me. It's not on your friends, your family, your coworkers. It's up to you to make that decision and achieve your own happiness and your own satisfaction and get whatever it is that you want when it comes to dating. So that is it for this video, guys. I know this one is a little bit more serious than some of the other ones. I know things got pretty deep, but I hope you guys enjoyed and took some nuggets away from this video. I always like to be, you know, honest and upfront and transparent with you guys as far as how I'm feeling and like I said, this is something that I'm passionate about, making sure that you're taking accountability for your dating life and what happens with it. You can't just be a victim of other people and how they treat you. At the end of the day, you have that decision to move forward or to stay in that relationship. That's something that you have a decision to do. Your happiness and your dating success falls on your shoulders, not anyone else's. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're signing out. If you did, make sure that you like, comment, and of course subscribe. That way you'll be the very first to know when we come out with new content. Catch you guys next time. Peace.